In my journeys across this remarkable planet, I have often found that the truest essence of a nation is captured not only in its landscapes or its people, but in the creatures they choose to represent themselves. We are all familiar with the bald eagle of America. We know the lion of England, symbols of power and majesty. But today we venture into the more curious corners of national identity, exploring emblems that are altogether more surprising, more fantastical, and, in some cases, lost to time itself. These are not just animals, they are stories, woven into the very fabric of a country's soul, reflecting its history, its aspirations, and its unique view of the world. Our planet is a tapestry of extraordinary tales. Hit subscribe now, share, like. Our journey begins in the rugged, windswept highlands of Scotland, a land steeped in myth and legend. It is here we find our first and perhaps most enchanting national animal, the unicorn. This may seem a curious choice for a modern nation, a creature of pure fantasy. Yet, its roots in Scottish identity run incredibly deep, first adopted as a royal symbol in the 15th century. The unicorn, in medieval lore, was a creature of purity, innocence, and power. This symbolism was not chosen lightly. The unicorn represented the noble ideals the Scottish crown aspired to. It was seen as a proud and haughty creature, one that would rather die than be captured. This fierce independence resonated powerfully with the Scottish spirit, particularly in its long and often tumultuous history with its powerful neighbor, England. The English national animal, the lion, was seen as the unicorn's natural enemy. The two beasts were locked in a symbolic, eternal struggle for dominance, a narrative captured on the royal coat of arms of the United Kingdom. On the coat of arms, the English lion stands uncaged, while the Scottish unicorn is bound in golden chains. The chains symbolize the power of the Scottish kings, suggesting they were mighty enough to tame even the wildest of mythical beasts. It was a projection of strength, that the unicorn was part of the United Kingdom, yet its formidable spirit was not diminished but harnessed by sovereign rulers. The unicorn's presence is felt all across Scotland. It adorns magnificent castles like Stirling, Holyrood Palace, carved into stone gateways, and woven into ancient tapestries. These are constant reminders of a national character built on ideals of nobility, courage, and a defiant streak of wildness. It closes our chapter on Scotland with a reminder that nations are often defined by the myths they cherish. From the realm of myth, we now travel halfway across the globe to a land forged by sun and time, Australia. Here, the national animal is very much real. It is the red kangaroo, a true marvel of evolution and an icon of the vast red outback. This creature is an intrinsic part of the Australian landscape and identity, a testament to survival and adaptation. The kangaroo was chosen partly because it cannot easily move backwards. That inability became a metaphor, always moving forward, never looking back. Its posture captures forward momentum, poised for the next great leap. The red kangaroo is the largest terrestrial mammal native to Australia. A boomer can stand taller than a human and leap over 8 meters. Its locomotion is energy efficient, tendons acting like springs, perfect for traversing arid plains in search of scarce food and water. Observing a mob at dawn or dusk is a truly Australian experience. They move with a graceful rhythm, tails acting as a fifth limb. The tail is immensely strong, capable of supporting body weight. Raw power and delicate balance, a symbol of a harsh yet graceful continent. For indigenous peoples, the kangaroo, marlu, has been central for millennia. It is a vital source of food. It provides materials. It is deeply embedded in the dreaming and creation stories. Kangaroo dreaming maps ancestral journeys and cultural law. That ancient connection gives the animal spiritual significance. The kangaroo's reproductive cycle is another wonder. The female can carry a tiny, underdeveloped joey in her pouch, while simultaneously carrying another embryo in suspended development. This allows rapid replacement of lost young or waiting for better conditions, an adaptation to unpredictable climates, resilience and continuity. That endurance mirrors the Australian people's story. The kangaroo represents toughness, resourcefulness. Our path now leads us high into the mist-shrouded peaks of the eastern Himalayas to the secluded kingdom of Bhutan, This is a nation that measures its success not in gross domestic product, but in gross national happiness. It is fitting, then, that its national animal is as unique and enigmatic as the kingdom itself. It is a creature that seems pieced together from a child's imagination. The takin. At first glance, the takin is a biological puzzle. It has the stout, muscular body of a bear, the face of a moose, the horns of a gnu, and the tail of a goat. It is this strange assembly of features that has earned it the nickname bee-stung moose. Taxonomists place it in the same subfamily as sheep and goats, but truly, it looks like nothing else on Earth. The takin's importance in Bhutan is rooted in a wonderful local legend from the 15th century. The story tells of a beloved Tibetan saint, Lama Drukpa Kunli, known as the Divine Madman for his unorthodox methods of teaching. After he had feasted on a whole cow and a whole goat, his followers challenged him to create a miracle. The Lama, with his characteristic flair, took the goat's head and stuck it onto the cow's bones. He then uttered a magical word, and the strange new creature sprang to life, running off to graze in the mountain pastures. This creation myth beautifully explains the takin's composite appearance and forever ties it to a revered spiritual figure. The animal is now considered sacred, a living testament to the miraculous powers of the divine madman. To harm a takin is to disrespect the legacy of the saint, and so the creatures are protected, roaming freely in the bamboo forests and alpine meadows of Bhutan's high-altitude national parks. These are incredibly robust animals, perfectly suited to their harsh mountain environment. They have a thick, two-layered coat that protects them from the bitter cold, and an oily secretion that acts as a natural raincoat against the monsoon rains. Their large, moose-like snout has complex sinus cavities that warm the frigid air they breathe before it reaches their lungs. Every peculiar feature is a masterful stroke of evolutionary adaptation to life at extreme altitudes. The takin is a symbol of harmony with nature, a principle that is a cornerstone of Bhutanese policy and daily life. The government has established the Modathang Takin Preserve in the capital city, Thimphu, to protect and showcase this extraordinary animal. We now turn our attention to one of the most secretive nations on Earth, North Korea. Here, the national symbol is not an animal that roams its lands, but one that soars through the pages of mythology, a creature of immense speed and power. It is the Chollima, the thousand-ri horse. More than a myth, a potent political and ideological tool. The name Chollima translates to thousand-ri horse. A ri is roughly half a kilometer. 1,000 ri is nearly 500 kilometers. Legend says it could cover that distance in a single day. According to legend, the horse was too fast to be tamed. It longed for a true hero, but ascended to the heavens. In the mid-20th century, Kim Il-sung resurrected the legend. He launched the Chollima movement to rebuild the country at impossible speed. The horse became the ultimate symbol of revolutionary zeal. The Chollima is a symbol of human will and socialist ideology. It represents the ideal citizen, tireless, fiercely loyal, capable of superhuman feats. Its image is ubiquitous, towering bronze statues, the grand Chollima statue on Mansu Hill, depictions with a heroic male worker and a female peasant, soaring toward a glorious future. It appears on postage stamps, on currency, and on logos of state enterprises, a constant visual exhortation reinforcing juche and perpetual struggle. Its wings symbolize a powerful forward surge. Unlike our other national animals, Chollima is disconnected from nature. The thousand-ri horse gallops through the consciousness of the North Korean people, a phantom steed on a revolutionary mission. For our final story, we journey to a small, tropical island in the Indian Ocean, Mauritius. It is a ghost, a memory, a cautionary tale. It is the dodo. This flightless bird, driven to extinction in the 17th century, remains the most powerful symbol of the island. About a meter tall, with a stout body, tiny, useless wings, and a large, hooked beak. Historical accounts describe it as slow and clumsy. Its fearlessness, born from a life without threat, would tragically become its undoing. When Dutch sailors first arrived on the island in 1598, they found a paradise teeming with life. For them, the dodo was a curiosity, and, more importantly, an easy source of food. The sailors, pigs, dogs, monkeys, the pigs and monkeys, raided the dodo's ground-level nests, eating their eggs, while the adults were hunted for their meat. Compounded by the destruction of their forest habitat, the dodo population plummeted. The last widely accepted sighting of a dodo was in 1662. In less than a century of human contact, an entire species that had existed for thousands of years was wiped from the face of the earth. By embracing the dodo, Mauritius acknowledges its unique and tragic history, transforming a loss into a symbol for conservation. The dodo serves as the island's conscience, a reminder to protect what remains, before it too becomes a ghost. Our journey has taken us from pure myth to extinction, revealing how these emblems mirror history, culture, belief, and the values we hold. They connect people to a shared past and a common purpose, embodying fears, hopes, resilience, and even a sense of humor. Which of these unusual national animals surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below.